welcome to Ruck Up VR, and I'll tell you something, building a game is not as difficult as you think it is. You can build a game that you are happy with in a few months, a year, a few weeks, if you can figure everything out that is the backing part of making a game. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video, and I have my game that I'm working on to show you a little bit of what I'm doing. There are programs out there that are drag and drop, which I highly recommend if you're someone starting out and you really want to learn the basics. Those are great programs. They're not really built for VR. They're built for more like platforming games or just games in general. So for that, I highly recommend that. That's a great place to start, and there is nothing wrong with that. I did it, and I still do it. When I need to learn how to do something, my brain works the best way to see the final solution and deconstruct it. I'm great at inventing things and building stuff. That's not a problem. But when I'm actually building a game, I have to figure out the mechanics of everything, the physics of everything, the coding and everything else that goes into it. So for me, deconstructing something that's already done really does work well for me. Which brings me to my next point. There's two great softwares that everybody knows, Unity and Unreal. Unity for me, my brain doesn't work that way. I don't know what it is, but Unity just confused the hell out of me. I got really frustrated. I ended up stopping a lot of times. I started with Unity. I thought it was gonna be a great program for me, but it turned out it was just more confusing than anything, and I got super frustrated. So then I went over to Unreal, and everything kind of started to click a little bit more. Well, granted, right now I'm not great, but I'm figuring it out. And I'm gonna put some great tutorials in the show notes, so please go check them out, because if you want to get into games, these guys are amazing, and they have so much content to help you build your game literally from the ground up, from just creating the physics. Again, all Unreal Engine, but I'm pretty sure if you did a quick Google search, you can find Unreal tutorials as well. I didn't find them helpful because, again, my brain doesn't work the same for Unity as it does for Unreal Engine. Secondly, I highly recommend that if you are getting into games, to purchase assets. I've been talking to a ton of developers, especially indie developers, and they all say the same thing. They've all pretty much, without me even asking them, gone the same path that I have. They wanted to build a game, and they purchased assets on the store to start off. They've done a huge amount of deconstruction of purchase assets or free assets or whatever you want to do, different maps and everything else, and then they found out how to build their own games based on that. There's nothing wrong with that. Big studios buy assets all the time, so do small studios. Everybody does it. It's not a deterrent, because personally, I don't have certain qualities yet anyway, to building a full entire game. I'm great at building assets, like I can build basically structures and everything, but people, a little bit difficult for me. So sometimes I need to go and find somebody who can actually do that. I do outsource some of my stuff, not a lot, but the things that I outsource are things that I just personally can't do. I don't have a huge audio studio here, so there are certain audio files and audio and music and stuff like that that I need to get from somewhere else to help my game. So there are certain things that I have to do, and you can do them too. And it's super simple. There's websites, technology, AI. There's so much stuff that you can do nowadays to help yourself be a single person developing an indie game. So what I want to take now is a little bit of time, and I want to go into one of my, I probably shouldn't be showing people this, but I'm going to do it anyway, into what I'm currently working on. I'm working on about 3 or 4 different projects, and the reason I do that is because, again, that's how my brain works. I'm pretty good at finishing things fairly on time, but I also have a few projects that I have on the go, just because I have different ideas for those projects, and I don't want to lose them in notes or anything else. I just do them. So if there's an idea I have, I just start it. That way I know it'll be completed, and I know that any ideas that I have will be infitted into whatever concept I'm creating, a video game, a product, a shirt, a design, whatever it may be. So let's go over to it. I'm not gonna keep you much longer, but let's check it out. All right, so what I'm working on is a fitness app. And this fitness app has about 100 or so different types of stations where you can walk up to them, and then you could do whatever you gotta do. And mostly the reason I'm actually saying that I'm doing what I'm doing without the fear of somebody else taking it is because I'm kind of saying it first. So there's a video record of me actually designing it. So anybody who takes it from me, you stole it from me. And that's not really true because I probably took some of the ideas from somebody else. So anyway, what I've done is, like I said, I've created this workout app and I'm working on it where each person can go to a different event, and then the event then triggers the motions for the balls, and then you have to then work out in accordance to where the motions of the balls are. The issue that I found is you can't put this much crap in one game. There's a lot of stuff happening here, and this isn't even close to what I wanted to finally look at. So what I now have to do is go back and deconstruct my own game to figure out how I can manage the physics in the game. So what's happening right now is everything's rendering and there's just too much for the system basically to catch up to everything. So when I play, it's laggy as shit, basically, for a bolder term of words. So what I have to do is I have to create each one of these as a level now, and that's not a problem. It's going to take me probably about an hour or two just to create the levels and then put in everything that I already have here, and then basically copy and paste. Once I'm done this, I'm going to add some more features, not really more features, but I'm going to add some more graphics just to make everything look a little bit prettier. And then I have my idea for one of my games. Once this is done, I will then put it onto the Stream Store and everything else. And I'll show everybody how to do that in a separate video. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like and what you can expect for yourself. It's not hard. I have no experience in doing this. I do now, but that's because of time that I've taken to like I said, watch some of these tutorials down below, understand, get invested in the community, start talking to people, ask other VR content creators or players or whatever what they like. I've asked people on Twitter all the time, what do you like in workout games? What do you like in survival games? What do you like? Because the only way you're gonna know is by asking. Secondly, yes, it is your game. You can make whatever you want. I enjoy fitness. I work out all the time. I work out every single day. I enjoy doing this, and I wanted an app that had a little bit more diversity where I could go to certain sections rather than just stand in one spot and everything kind of just fly to me. So that's my plan. And when I don't find something that I like, I build it. That's the way I've always been. So this is it. So my basically 2 cents on all this is do what you want to do, enjoy being in VR. If you want to make a game, it's not as difficult as you might think it is. So as always, stay safe, catch you on the flip side. Peace out.